Are you guys able to see the presentation? Oops, what happened? Okay, let me know when you are able to see the presentation. Diksha, can you help me here?
Yes, hi Virja. We are able to see the screen now.
Okay, awesome. Let's start with it. Welcome to this session. We'll be talking a lot about how to answer questions related to why study at University of Pacific and why California, why your program, how to answer those questions. The most important aspect of interview is your smile because smile shows your confidence. It shows that you have prepared and you are prepared to answer any question or take on any challenge. When you smile, there's a hormone called oxytocin which is released in your body, and that helps you to keep your posture upright. So, when you look upright, you also look confident. And there's not a single person in this world who looks bad when they smile, even if they're wearing braces, or even if it is Mogambo or any other villain also from Bollywood. So when you smile, you look beautiful and you look confident. Always maintain your good smile. Now, what happens on the biometrics day? Most of you might have someone who has interview tomorrow might have completed biometrics already. So, for that person, you can get distracted for a minute, but we'll come back for your interview time immediately. This process, they take your photo and that photo goes on your visa sticker in the passport. They also take your digital handprints. This enables US to have your digital, prints to ensure that you do not have any criminal records in the US. It is basically for the safety purpose. What happens on biometric day? You have to carry your visa appointment letter. You have to carry your DS-160, your I-20. Rest of the documents you don't carry, that is okay. But service fee payment, your visa appointment fees payment, I-20, all these docs are at most important. They'll check your docs. They will ask you to put your right hand fingers or left hand fingers on the device which is visible in the screen, and they'll just take it. It takes hardly a few minutes, and overall process doesn't go beyond 40 to 45 minutes. So for this also dress nicely because your photo is going to be there in your passport forever. Now, what happens on your F1 visa interview day? Fareen here has interview tomorrow 8 a.m. So I hope he plans to reach half an hour early and not 1 hour early. Because if you reach way too early, you're going to get exhausted quickly. There are no sitting areas or porches around a consulate or embassy where you can relax. And that too, monsoon season is going on, so you'll have to be more tidy and careful about your attire and how you reach there. Again, when you go inside the consulate, there's a long queue. When I say long queue, none of us are used to standing in the queues anymore because we pay all the bills online now. Gone are the days when, for your electricity bill, you would stand in 1 hour queue, or for your railway ticket, you would stand in queue. But here at the consulate, you would be standing. What happens is when we are standing for so long and in anticipation, under pressure, our glucose goes down quickly and we get tired. Hence, before you go for your interview, try to have a little snack which would keep your energy levels up. Second thing which you need to ensure is you're wearing comfortable clothes and footwear. Girls, especially, I would request you to not wear uncomfortable heels because if you get tired or your legs are tired, you're gonna stand on one leg or slouch. Slouching doesn't look good and it will take off your confidence. By the time you reach the counselor officer, you'll be exhausted and you won't be able to give 100% of your abilities. When I say this, just imagine standing for half an hour and then all of a sudden you have to ensure you're working 100%. We are not surgeons or astronauts to be trained for such kind of pressure and situations. So I request you to wear comfortable clothes, carry a piano folder which is transparent from outside, and keep your documents in a system. For example, your I-20, your passport, your full offer letter should be in the first column or first pouch. In the second could be your academic documents and English test scores. In your third, it could be your transcripts and any other undergraduate documents, or if you are a UG student, your 12th, 10th mark sheets. Then next would be the financial documents, and so on and so forth. That should be, this is not ideal, but this is recommended because then it becomes easy to pull out any documents which officer is asking for. Don't forget to carry your visa appointment, payment receipt and your DS-160 receipt as well. Now, most important tips. Practice the common questions that may get asked with your friend, your family, and most importantly, your enrollment services advisor. As I mentioned, documentation, please organize your documents and be prepared to take out any document just like the magician. Dress code, I have said in the previous slide as well. Dress comfortably and not just being uncomfortable, because if you're uncomfortable and let's say it doesn't rain and it's super hot, you're going to sweat and that is going to reflect on your face and your posture. So dress professionally and comfortably. Be confident. When we say be confident, there is a thin line in being, having doubts about yourself and being overconfident. Both cases are not good for us. We have to maintain a good eye contact, because when we are maintaining eye contact, that shows we are respecting the other individual and we are aware of our situation as well. We have to ensure your answers are clear and crisp. It should not happen that you're going on and on and on about your answer, like you're trying to tell a story. Officer is not asking you for your life story, they're asking you for your plan, your whatever you're joining UOP. That could be your dream university, and why that dream is important and how practically you're planning to achieve it. That's what officer wants to see. Talking about clothes again, girls, it is okay to wear a kurti or kurta, but avoid putting a huge jewelry with it. Because if you're putting too much jewelry or too much makeup, the officers is going to get distracted with dangling things rather than what you're trying to speak. Similarly, for boys, you need not wear a three-piece suit. You can wear a simple, good shirt which is ironed and go for it. If you are looking forward to wearing a t-shirt, then don't wear a t-shirt with any writing. It's okay to wear a polo shirt. And if you are planning to wear a jeans, then ensure it is not ripped one. It is a decent same color jeans throughout. I'll reiterate all the points which I have mentioned. Be confident, have all your documents available. Do not lie. We are not trained as spies or thieves. So when we tend to lie, we tend to look here, there, and our body language changes quickly. Those officers are trained to understand the body language and such situations. Hence, if you try to lie, you're going to get caught and your visa won't get approved. So please do not lie. Stay calm, speak clearly, dress formally and decently and comfortably. Arrive for the interview half an hour before. Don't arrive 1 hour, 2 hours in advance because you're going to get exhausted. Now, why California? California is one of the most popular states, just not in the US, but I think all around the world as well. Because who doesn't know about Hollywood? Right, guys? Who doesn't talk about the Steve Jobs starting Apple in a garage and then making it $1 trillion company now? Who is not using Facebook or Instagram and whatnot? Our laptops have NVIDIA chips. All these big things have started in California. And why wouldn't one want to visit the state? And what if we get the opportunity to study there? You study and you have fun. Both things are important, and that's how you achieve your goal. I'm just going to take a break here quickly, and I want to ensure that our student ambassadors are on the call. Um, so, guys, I'll stop sharing my screen for a minute because I want to check, and I can see Diksha and Isha. Can you help to answer some questions in the chat box? Student ambassadors, are you guys here? If you're a student ambassador, please raise your hand. Okay. Siri, I can see you.
Yeah, hello, hi.
Hi, Abdul. Hi, Siri.
Hello.
Where's our third guy? Where's our third musketeer? Do we have our third musketeer? Siri and AJ, do we have Vinit on the call?
Not sure as we cannot see the attendees right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Vinit, are you on the call? I don't see him. Okay, no worries. Um, I was talking about California, so I want you guys to talk little about, your experience if you have explored California. AJ, why don't you go first?
Yeah, there are multiple places in California that are worth visiting. One of them being San Francisco. You got the famous Golden. That is a wonderful experience to have, visiting, and taking photos. There are a lot of IMAX cinema theaters for those who love to see quality Hollywood movies on the big screen. You can go there, and there are multiple IMAXs where you can go and visit. Uh,
AJ, you
the,
sound really tired. What time is it in California right now?
oh, it's early 6:30 in the morning.
Okay,
This,
we'll let you slide this time. You're sounding like, going to IMAX, like going to college or going to supermart to do a chore.
oh no, I'm just waiting for the caffeine to kick in. So it's all
Yeah, no worries.
yeah. So, but yeah, in general, if you talk about California, California is a really interesting place. Like especially the people that you meet over here, it's a culture shock for real. Uh, like the people are really nice. They're really helpful, really humble. You get a lot of experience talking to the people here. Um, and there are beautiful sights to see. Like the beauty that California holds, I don't think so words can describe it. You have to actually be there to see it and to believe it. Um, Apart from that, what can I say? Like it is one of the best destinations to come. Like apart from the summer heat, like I feel like throughout the year, like you have something or the other to do always. Like California will never keep you bored whatsoever. So it is truly some place you have to come and see by yourself. So yeah, I'll
I
just
can
keep
share
shop.
more information on California. Like, I like traveling so much, so uh, California holds the highest number of national parks here. So there are many different places over here. Like there are state parks and national parks to visit, and the southern part also, which has the areas of Los Angeles, San Diego, which are very great. And we also know about Hollywood, which is in Los Angeles exactly. And coming to the North California, we have San Francisco and a city for Indians, basically that's Fremont. And we have many national parks on the northern side too. For example, we have Yosemite National Park and others, which have recently visited them. So
I
in the
think there's a
summertime also you,
documentary on Yosemite National Park on Netflix as well.
yeah, recently like last month I have visited that national park. It was amazing.
Yeah. So
And recently we
students,
have experienced the northern lights too here.
oh yeah,
Yep.
yeah, amazing. So, students, apart from your studies, you have so much to do in California. Why I mentioned about California? Because it is important to study well. And when you're studying with full focus, it would be imperative to have certain breaks in between as well. And that's when you would have the best of entertainment, the best of national parks, whether you're an outdoor person or an indoor person who likes to watch movies or play games, or someone who like to explore urban parts, California has something to offer you. Hence, when you're answering the question about UP, California as a location also counts. These are some of the highlights. You can do a lot of social media research as well on California and know what are the perks for you. Okay, here I have put some of, little boring, little interesting points about Pacific. But I want Siri and AJ to talk about why they chose UOP and what their experience has been till date. Please talk about class size, how the professors are, uh, what your day looks like Monday to Friday, and how much time goes into homework and any other thing you want to share.
Yeah, so basically, like I selected University of the Pacific mainly regarding the course. I like the course sequence very much compared to other universities from the East Coast as well. They are also the top universities, but I selected University of the Pacific because of the course curriculum, which suited me, and it's so flexible. It's a hybrid and hybrid course actually, like it's offline and online, and the course structure is very easy compared to other universities, and the classroom sizes are also like small and big size classrooms. It's very diverse, and the professors are so friendly with us. And coming to the assignments and homeworks, you don't need to much. You don't have much stress on the assignments as during the class you will all keep working on the assignments anyways, and professors will be there to help you out. So I don't think that's a stressful part for the assignments
How
and
does your
exams.
day look
Yeah.
like? Like, you get up at 6, or your first class is at 8 a.m., 9 a.m., or are all the classes in the evening, afternoon? And what's your major city? Please remind our audience about it.
Yeah, so my major is business analytics. So for business analytics, there are no early morning classes, so we are safe from that. So classes starts from mostly like 10 o'clock in the morning. It depends upon the course to course. Like some courses might have classes from 10 to 11 o'clock, and some might be at afternoon. And capstone projects will be from evening 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock. It depends according to the courses which you take. And
Okay.
coming to daily day-to-day life and routine, it's it's like I'm enjoying it. Like I stay close by campus, so there are many events and activities which will be going on campus daily. So
And how do
I
you
engage around the
commute?
camp.
Do you have a bicycle or bus services there?
I can walk to the campus because
Okay.
it's close by, and I can I will use my friend's car too. Before we
Okay.
use some electric scooters to go to university. Yeah,
Okay.
so
So many things are
uh,
there.
yeah, there are many engaging things in the university. So you can go and hang out and you can have some food too when you're in your free time. And if you have an on-campus job, you will be working on that. And
Okay.
later you can go to your classes and come
Okay.
back home and have some rest over. Like,
Okay. Thank you. AJ, can you talk about how does your class schedule work and how you manage
Yeah,
study
sure.
and life balance?
So coming to why I chose the Universities of the Pacific was I did my undergrad in automobile engineering, and now I'm doing master's in computer science. So UOP was one of the few colleges that allowed a transition from my major of automobile to another major of computer science. And I remember I was nervous even as I started my first semester because I was not up to speed with all the students that had a computer science background.
Mhm.
But the classroom size was small. It was just 25, 30 students per class. The professor was extremely involved with every student. Like he got me up to speed with the language we were using for that semester, which was C++. plus plus. So I got proficiency in that language within 3 months.
Wow.
So that was really interesting for me because the professors actually put in the effort to make sure that every student has a certain kind of level by the end of the semester. That was nice. Also, the subjects were a mix of hybrid. So, few subjects we had it online, few subjects we had to actually visit the campus for that. And we also had the option to choose which subjects we wanted because there was a morning class and an evening class as well. So, we could choose based on our flexibility. As for assignments and projects, we always used to do it in a group. We after classes, we used to book a session in the library, uh, go there as a group, discuss the whole assignment. So it never felt like it was being pressurized on me, or I felt like I had a lot of work to do because by the end of the day, your assignments and your projects would have been completed and you would be free by the time you come back to your home. You wouldn't have anything related to campus left. It would be just the normal cooking, house cleaning, and all the regular stuff. Also because of how this days uh like the classes that we had per day, there were certain days where we were completely free. We could go outside, roam around, explore California, all the beautiful places inside. So it never feels like it's a hectic atmosphere. It always feels relaxing. There's always flexibility in everything that you do. And yeah, so far it's
Okay.
going good.
So, AJ, one question for you.
Sure.
You mentioned that you had different major in your undergraduate degree, and now you joined UOP for computer science. So, US system allows this flexibility, whereas the Indian system, education system does not. Would you like to share your reasons for changing the major, if that is okay with you?
Yeah, sure. So when I first started, I'm a huge passionate about the automobile industry. So I chose automobile engineering as my undergrad, thinking that there is where the future of the industry would be going. But slowly, the automotive market it shifted from using fossil fuel based engines to now going all electric. So there was a new demand of uh, engineers who knew electrical and computer science sides as well. So because of that, I had to change and get a new scope of computer science as well. So the only next forward step was to take a master's in computer science, and thankfully UOP had a provision where I could do so.
Okay. So students take a note of this. When you're changing the major, that is completely okay, but you should have a strong reason and background on why you're taking this step. For example, a person can do a data science program or do MS in finance, though their background or undergraduate degree could be in mechanical engineering or electronics engineering. What matters is you need to have the passion and energy, and most importantly, a strong will to learn that subject. Now we'll go to next few slides and come back to points again. We have already spoken about, how to picture ourselves at University of Pacific. Siri and AJ have given us, a good glimpse of their life, how it looks like, how they travel, what do they do in their free time, how they manage their assignments and on-campus jobs as well. Now coming to points about how we should talk about UOP and why it is important to give a personalized answer. What happens is in rat race, sometimes we look only at the rankings of the university. UP is ranked highly. It is a good university. But some people may say, "Oh, I don't know this university." That is when officer is trying to break your confidence, or they are trying to see how you may hold your confidence or what kind of reaction you give. Now let's say my favorite fruit is watermelon, and Diksha, my colleague, might hate it, so she would say, "Oh no, watermelon." But then I can say, "Hey, I understand your strong reaction to my choice, but that's your preference." So if an officer says, "Hey, I don't know UP," then a simple way to tell that officer is, US is such a vast and diverse country with more than 2000 educational institutes or universities in the country. So it is not expected for anyone to remember all those things. Can we remember 2000 things in our life at any given instance? Mostly not, right? So it is okay if officer tries to trick you in saying things or making you uncomfortable. What they want to see is when they're trying to make you uncomfortable, how you're taking it as a challenge and how you're answering the question. So please don't be afraid of the officer. They're just, consider them as friends who are trying to prank you if a question like this comes. If they're simply asking, how did you choose this university? You need to have your personalized points. For example, if anyone in the group is changing their major, you can take example of AJ, why he chose, what he has seen in the future for computer science, and how it is related to the automobile industry. He's still very clear that, I want to be in cars or automobile industry, but on the electronic side instead of transmission side. Siri and AJ have already spoken about, how professors are at UOP, how the class sizes can vary, and opportunities for research and internships. So I'm going to ask Siri and AJ to talk about how beautiful the campus is, what kind of student organizations we have on campus, and if one of you can talk about Career Center, which is available and accessible for all students on campus. Over to you, Siri and Nirji.
Yeah, so about Career Center is a excellent place in Pacific because in the starting of my semester, I had a course where I had to build up my resume, build up my LinkedIn profile, and for all that to happen, they always asked us to go to the Career Center for a test. So we would get mock interviews if we wanted to, or we could get assistance in building our resume to industry standards. So a career center actually helps us prepare in advance for when we have to face the world after our engineering and our courses complete. So that is a good place to go and get up to speed because they take professional headshots as well. So they actually prepare you in the sense of how you're supposed to look before you start looking for jobs and all that. So the career center is actually really resourceful. And also, if you talk about the campus in general, it's a very beautiful place. It has luscious trees everywhere. Every place that you go is filled with greenery. You got roses, you got flowers. So it is almost like you're walking inside a park, more or less like a university. And every building has a historic take on it. Like if you visit the library, it is extremely unique in its styling. So also, it's a great place to hang out because a lot of students, generally in a university, once everything is done, we go outside to hang out. But in University of Pacific, the hangout spot is the library. So you will meet literally everyone in the library. You will see them hanging out there, or you can also see them hanging out in DUC, which is our cafeteria area.
Not the expected point at all.
Yeah, but I'm just trying to show that there are
Yeah,
multiple
yeah,
places.
I love it. I love it. Like, many people would might call you nerd right away, but the way you're describing library, it doesn't sound boring at all. It sounds like a fun
It's
place.
not. It is not. It is extremely a fun place. A fun fact is they have a gaming center in the library. So you work all day, you study all day. When it's time to, relax and chill with your friends, library is one of the best places to go. Like I personally wouldn't go to library in general, but University of Pacific has a different take on what a library is supposed to feel like. So it is what it is. So.
Next time we are gonna ask you to send pictures about library.
Oh, definitely. I have tons of photos about how beautiful the library is. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. We have Siri and Vinit also. Vinit also was in San Francisco. Vinit, correct? You studied a semester in that campus and then you came to Stockton, correct? Vinit,
Yes,
are you
that's
able to hear me?
yes, yes. So I studied my first year in San Francisco, and now I'm moving to Stockton. That's correct. Yeah.
So how are you finding, both the cities?
So I think like both of them have their own advantages and disadvantages. So I mean, first of all, moving to Stockton, like there's a campus life. There's such a huge campus, and like just now AJ was mentioning all the upsides of staying in a campus and all of that. Uh, Also, Stockton is way cheaper than San Francisco. I think that's the first thing to note for any student. And I don't think San Francisco is a student-friendly area to stay because of how expensive it is. So yeah, that's a very big point to come to Stockton, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
And Siri, last time you had spoken about a little about on-campus jobs and all. So could you please elaborate on that and talk about your career center's rental service of clothes or the formals?
Uh, so about the rental services, about the formals and others, we have a department here, McCafe Center. So they provide suits or anything for you for your interviews. You can rent them for some time, and we have a rental car service to at the university.
Can you
And
explain and elaborate both the systems? Because, I have never heard of, like, in India, you have rental services for clothes, but it is for marriage and wedding purposes. I've never heard about formal clothes renting and how it helps students, because I am aware that formal clothing is expensive in US, and how much money can that save for you?
so it's going to save a lot for us, actually. So it's just for the interviews and other professional photos like your passport. If you need any passport size photos, the university will provide you for a rental clothing. So you can get a suit for that for 1 hour or 2 hours. You need to return it back, of course. But it's completely free on campus for this. And there will be a session in the first semester, like you will be taking a headshot of your profile. So you need that to upload in your profile and everything as your profile picture. So that will be helpful for from the university to get this suit for the rental.
And is
And
that paid or
it's free.
free?
It's completely
Oh
free.
wow.
They rent it. You can rent it for 1 to 2 hours. If you have any
Wow.
interview like on campus or any off campus, you can borrow it from the university. You can take it for rent
So
for some
students
time, and you
can
can
know.
return it back. Yeah.
Siri, I'm going to disturb you for a minute and then, let you talk about renting a car as well. So, students, getting your headshot in the US is important because that becomes your identity for any formal event. So, what happens is in India, you have your Aadhaar card photo, your passport photo where you're not smiling and you're just looking at, I won't say even looking, you're staring in the camera with your big eyes and no smile. But in the US, you have a headshot where a professional photographer, an angle is taken, and not our fake Instagram candid pictures where, my right profile is looking nicer than my left profile. Those pictures are not formal ones. These make your identity in the formal, in the industry world. Siri, I'm gonna ask you to talk about renting a car.
Yeah, so recently there is a Zip car service, like it's an outside service, like it's not from the university, but there is a center for every university in the US to rent a car. So it's a Zip car application and the services from them. So you can rent a car, and the cars will be available at our university.
Okay.
And
I have one last question for three of you. Does University of Pacific have their own transportation buses or anything like that?
there is no specific transportation buses for university, but university will help you provide a pass for the transportation, like a bus pass that can
Okay.
be useful for you to travel to the university.
Okay. And one more question. Okay. This is not going to be the last question, but most importantly, how do you guys manage your food? Are there Indian stores near the campus, or do you have to go 2 hours away to buy from Patel Brothers or other stores? How do you guys manage your food?
So there are Indian stores, but they are not close by the university. You need to go a little distance for that, and there are
I
many
hope not 2 hours.
four to five four to five universities and other 2 to 3 restaurants too in Stockton.
Okay.
So mostly I prefer like getting the groceries home and cooking with the roommates like that.
So one person cooks, one person chops, and the third person cleans, right?
Yeah, mostly like that. We manage
Okay.
it ourselves, right? Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
So sometimes
And
you can go to other places like Fremont and San Francisco to many other restaurants. Like there are many other cuisines like Italian, Indian, and others, which are very good over here.
today we are going to talk about chai samosa here.
Yeah.
Okay. So guys, see, Siri knows how he has learned or he knew cooking, I don't know, but he knows how to manage it. AJ and Vinny, do you want to share how you guys manage your food? Because see, on empty stomach, no one can concentrate on academics, and learning to balance is the key. And this may not be part of your visa preparation, but this will prepare you on how to live in Stockton. Vinit and AJ. Yeah.
Yeah, speaking of cooking, I usually cook with my friends. So we usually go out, get our groceries in bulk, and then I have a friend where I usually keep all that stock with him. So whenever we have a meal to be prepared, we all go to his house to prepare the meals. We have it as family together, and if we made it in excess, we keep that in Tupperware and then bring it to our houses itself. So it's a
That
group of
sounded like a family get together and big iftar party or Diwali party for me.
Oh yeah, every day is like that because we made the friends really fast over here, and we
Yeah.
got close enough because we have to stick together, you know. In order to survive, we all have to support each other the best we can. So having meals together makes it much more affordable for everyone. So we don't have to cry over the prices going up or down because we do it as a community as a whole.
Okay. Vinit, how about you?
Yeah, like I mean, same initially, how you mentioned, right? Like one person cuts, one person cooks, and another person cleans. It's the same way, I think, in the same way in all the homes, I think. Yeah, we
Okay.
usually go to Costco and the Indian store at the same time, so that like we get the cheaper, like slightly less expensive stuff in Costco, and then like the traditional rice and all the Indian.
Lentils and veggies.
Yeah, exactly. So all the other Indian specific groceries at the Indian store. And yeah, it's the same way, I think. Yeah.
And are there any religious places in Stockton or near Stockton? Like some people or some students might be more, believing in faith, and they would prefer to visit temples or mosque or church or their other religious places. So are there places in Stockton or nearby? Siri, AJ, Vinit, anyone?
I can speak on behalf of Muslims and Christians when I say that there is a church in the campus itself. There's a Morris Chaplain Church, and there's also a small mosque in the campus as well. There are two sections of it, one of them being available in the library and one of them being besides the church. So those are the two places that I know we have very close by. And apart from that, we have a lot of churches and mosques nearby. So
Okay.
that is as far as I know. About temples, I know there is a temple, but I don't think so. It's exactly nearby the
Yeah, we'll speak
campus.
about that.
Yeah.
So for the temples, like there are two to three temples in Stockton.
Oh,
Like
wow.
one is a Gurudwara and other one is a combined temple like Shiv Vishnu temple and others. And like in our university too, there will be some specific events for the Hindu religion people. Like there will be for everyone mostly. There are clubs who organize them accordingly. And one of my friend, like he's from India too, so he's going to organize all the Hindu religion events. Like for example, there are
Wow.
some festivals like Ganesh
So, do
Chaturthi
you
and
guys have like Indian Student Association which organizes, some celebration for festivals?
yeah, we have an association here. We have two clubs actually. One is the official Pacific Indian Association for Students, and another one is like Sanatan Dharma, which is a club formed by our Indian students here.
Okay,
Yeah.
sounds deep and intense. So students, why I ask these questions is, these religious places, when I was studying in the US, they offered really good food. So when you're tired of cooking and they have an event coming up, don't plan on missing it. Plan on
And
attending
recently,
it.
actually, I wanted to add one more information. Like
Yes.
recently, there was a Holi event, right? So
Yeah.
they were they planned two times, like two times for this event. Like
Oh, wow.
there was a event in May exactly May second week, and
Okay.
it was in March too, I guess. Exactly, I don't
Yeah,
remember the
Holi
date,
is
but
actually in month of March. What did you
yeah,
guys celebrate as Holi
but we
in
celebrated it two times actually.
So double bonanza on celebration.
Yeah,
Amazing.
so mostly our Indians will be there at the time, and we
Okay.
have a fun. We have so much fun here with the water balloons and everything.
Yeah.
Amazing. So let's move on in our presentation. And I want to spend some time on a question and answers as well. I hope most of you would be able to join beyond 8 p.m. because I think we might go beyond. Talking about tuition, how to talk about finances. Here I have given a glimpse of what are the expected expenses for a year. These are not for 2 years or so. Some of the amounts are for two entire program of duration, but this is how you should plan your finances. These are the minimum amounts that you need to show in your bank certificate while attending the interview. When any question comes about finances, these are the numbers you need to refer, and your sponsor's annual income or savings or loan or combination of all these things need to be higher than the amount that is mentioned in this slide. What are the common financial questions that may get asked? What is the expected expense for your entire duration of program? Who is sponsoring you, or what do they do for living? Did you get any scholarship? How are you going to plan your finances? How are you going to repay your educational, and so on? Hence, you need to have a good, candid conversation with your sponsor. Most of you might have your parents as sponsors or co borrowers in the educational loan. Please speak to your parents about it in detail. Tell them why you need to know the numbers, because you should be able to explain to the officer. Hence, all the numbers, finances are important. We have already covered, all the invaluable experiences and how to network. Now, we are not, in time position going to be here. So I'm going to quickly let you guys take a screenshot of this slide, how to make a network or how to connect with other students, because UOP has more than 150 student organization. You could be a soccer fan or a cricket fan or drama club fan, anything. We have something for you there. Again, Siri, Vinit, and AJ have told us what opportunities they have experienced and how they have been enjoying it. So coming to most important question, which is what are your plans after graduation? This is the question which most of the officers are asking to students who are going for the interview, and many students are not able to speak about it in a good fashion. Any person should know what they would be doing after graduation, because you're spending so much of money, an entire 2 years of your life, if if not less, or some of you might be spending less. What are you planning to do with that degree? Let's say I have, rice, veggies, and some spices. I can make either khichdi or biryani. What I make matters and is dependent on me. Similarly, what you do with your degree and what your plans are after graduation is a crucial step, and that's how an officer also tries to understand you. How are you going to plan? If your intention is only to become, permanently join USA, or you're having good intentions of utilizing your optional practical training period and learn more, that is a different story. I'm going to ask Siri, because he is going to graduate in December, how what he has planned and if he has started applying for jobs.
Yeah, I have already applied for many jobs like during the summer for internships, and I haven't started applying for the full-time jobs after completing my graduation.
Okay.
So there is much time, some time for
Yes.
me.
But how are you
And
planning? Like, are you curating your resume as per the job description, or sending the same resume to, 10
uh, no,
applications?
resumes should be different for everything.
Mm-hmm.
For each job application, it should be different. This
Yes.
everything, all the information related to the resume and everything you will learn once you come to the campus here. Because in the first semester, you have a course, UOPI. In that course, you will be getting to know about the resume and how to work on your resume. And career services will also help to create your resume in the US format, and they will also give you some points, important points which are required for your resume.
Okay.
And Coming to my personal job experience, I'm searching for complete full-time positions right now for my
Mhm.
OPT because I will be applying for OPT in few months,
Okay.
and it's going to start in January exactly.
Okay.
Yep.
And AJ and Vinit, when are you guys graduating and what are your plans after completion of the program?
So I'll be graduating in 1 year from now. So
Okay.
by this
You have,
time,
yes.
probably May of 2025, I'll be graduating. I mean, data science is a 2 year course. Uh, and so I also plan on working as a full-time employee. And just like how Siri just mentioned,
I'm
right?
trying to ask you, Vinit, are you guys looking forward to a career or, some industry in specific? Now, data science, uh, is no more just a IT, information technology sector, but data
Right.
science can be used in automobile industry, it can be used in biomedical industry,
Hmm.
health industry, and whatnot. It could
Yep.
be used in education industry as well. So I'm
Right.
trying to ask you, are you looking forward to any particular sector or you're open to it? How are you planning?
So obviously, it's better to be open to any particular field, any field. But if you have a preference, then that's something that your resume should show off. And like for me, but personally, it has always been space research, and like data science and AI applications in space research, and then also healthcare. And I did. A couple of internships in the past as well with
Okay.
healthcare and I think in the market as well, the healthcare and legal use cases are much more and demanding. So that's
So how
something
is
to
data
think.
science and legal related, if you can give an example?
Yeah, yeah. So legal, as in I mean by the documents, and like here, lawyers are paid like hundreds and even
Yeah.
thousands per
I
hour,
think
right?
buckets of money we can say.
Yeah, so yeah, people get paid like even like $500 and $700 an hour, the
Yeah.
lawyers, and
Yeah.
they takes time to categorize the type of documents here. So it's the whole concept of document processing, and
Um,
so the document processing is a very big use case in the US, where an AI application can replace all those lawyers in
Yeah, you
processing the
just
document.
make the AI read the document and tell them
Yeah,
the keywords to categorize. I'm sure
exactly.
it is
Yeah, yeah.
not that simple,
Yeah,
but
yeah, but that's pretty much the idea though. That's correct. Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
amazing. And AJ, how about you? When are you graduating?
So I'll be graduating in December. This fall will
Okay.
be my last semester, and I would be focusing on applying to automobile companies such as Tesla, Rivian, Lucid, because they're all based in California.
And how
And
about Daimler Trucks? They are also based in California and they have some other locations as well, right?
yeah, there are multiple companies. These three just come right off the bat when
Okay.
speaking about the EVs. But yeah, there are a lot of companies that need engineers that have both experience in computer science as well as automobile. Like it is really beneficial because a lot of companies are also making a transition to EVs, so it'll
Yeah.
be really helpful for them as well.
Okay. So students, when I mentioned Daimler Trucks, many of you might not know, or some of you might know, Daimler Trucks is the parent company of Mercedes. And if you Google about Daimler Trucks, you would find so many interesting facts, and they have been the pioneer company in lot of transportation industry. Hence, I mentioned that organization. When you're talking about your post graduation plans, the most important is instead of saying, let's say someone like AJ, he could have mentioned that, I plan to become a team leader at, Tata Motors after I return to India. No, he's clear. He wants to be in the EV market, electronic vehicles market. He didn't mention, oh, I would like to join, XYZ car company or any position. He didn't mention that. Similarly, when Vinit also mentioned that he has worked in health industry, he didn't mention a company. He could have easily said, I want to become a data scientist at GE Healthcare or MCure company. Neither did CD mention in I would like to join Apple or Google as a business analyst, because they all know what the potential of their degree is. They're looking at the market and not a company. Similarly, when you talk about post graduation, look at the industry trends and not just a company. There are hundreds, if not thousands, of team leaders in TCS and Infosys. So don't take mundane examples while speaking to the officer. Rather, someone who is doing MS in finance can talk about working in Singapore, or they can work in Dubai, London, Hong Kong, because these are the largest finance hubs in the world. Don't limit yourself that I would like to work in one place only. It may happen that your company where you start working have different ambitions, and they may ask you, be open to those and be open to have your career plans in a wider zone as well. And instead of saying I would like to become this and that, I'll stop the screen sharing here and we'll move to question and answers. We are going to go beyond our limit of time. We have already gone, but next 5 to 7 minutes we'll cover the questions. Okay, and there's one question. I have completed my undergraduate in mechanical and now I'm changing my stream to mechanical to data science. So anonymous, I don't know your name. You heard how AJ has changed his stream. Please don't worry. Learn how you can talk about your background and why you're changing it. If you are able to give a practical and solid explanation, it would be easy. I have double. What is the last date to reach California after visa approval? So, Hiren, it depends on when is your visa interview. Currently, UOP is not allowing the late arrival. The earliest date to enter in the US is mentioned on your I-20, and the program start date is also mentioned on your I-20. So I would request you to go through those dates. I'm so sorry. My braces are hurting now. Hence things are getting messed up in my mouth. Anyways, any other questions we have? Diksha, Isha, Amol, we have students, ambassadors here. If you want to share any thoughts or your questions, please ask. Okay, I'm going to quickly launch the poll. Students, please answer those questions. The most important is, have you booked your one-on-one session with the enrollment advisor? We have 4 students saying that they don't have not booked one-on-one session with advisor. Students, if you don't know who is your advisor, you need to go through UOPI website and go to before you arrive page and find your advisor. Diksha, Isha, Amol, anything else you want to share?
Hi Viraja, hi everyone.
Hi, Isha.
So very beautifully, Viraja has covered everything. And if any students have any question, they can reach out to us.
Okay. And student ambassadors, I'm sure you are excited to make new friends who would be joining in fall and share all the tips and tricks. Once poll is completed, we'll end the session. Thank you so much for joining this call, and we went over by 7 minutes, but you guys still stayed with us. It's amazing, and we are super thankful.
Yeah, thank you so much, Viraj.
Okay.
Thank
Our
Thank you.
our poll is complete. So we are going to stop this session. Once again, have a wonderful day, guys, and students who are about to start your new journey. Good luck to you. Thank you. Bye bye.